are in listen-only mode.
Hey guys, James Pate here with Greg Morrison and Mike Long. Go ahead and type in the chat box if you can hear me okay. You guys hear us okay?
And can people hear me? Because mine still says connecting to audio, so I just want to make sure.
Okay, looks like you guys can hear us okay. All right, now today we're going to be talking about a great method and system that Mike Long and Greg Morrison have been doing for a while to rank sites, and they're making uh, over $100,000 per month. Is that correct?
Yeah, both of us each.
Yeah, yeah, both of them. And this is a great method. I think Greg focuses more on offline, and Mike uses it for affiliate products. But I'm going to go ahead and let you guys talk more about what you do.
Yeah, James, thanks so much, by the way. I was just telling Greg, who I just introduced Greg to James. I met James in Orlando a few weeks ago. I almost never ever go to online marketing events, but people like James are like the reason why I go. Like very, very rarely, but the only reason I ever do go to an online marketing event is to meet the new hot up and comers. And James, we're just real glad to have you, and to meet up with you on this event,
Yeah, I
because
appreciate you guys coming on the webinar with me. This is great.
yeah, yeah, definitely. I saw, by the way, Red Fox is on there. I think Red. I think it's actually an OMG, so it's great to see you, Red. But anyways, I want to thank everyone for coming live on this event. We actually have a surprising number of people live on this event, so that's great. I'm Mike Long. I'm the individual on the left in this picture. I'm the guy on the left. And the guy on the right, the bigger of the two guys on the right, anyways, is Greg Morrison. And you heard Greg talking just a moment ago. Um, and just to give you a quick kind of backstory behind us, we're ordinary guys. We're not gurus. Um, Weirdly enough, I've been around in the online marketing world for over 10 years, behind some of the bigger launches and stuff like that. And chances are you probably haven't even heard my name. And if you have, maybe it's even just more recently. Greg is absolutely brand new to this stuff. We're just not gurus. Um, I grew up in actually pretty rough area. I grew up in uh, a neighborhood that was kind of half trailer park, half low income housing. I had a buddy of mine got shot and killed when I was growing up. I definitely wasn't born on the right side of the railroad tracks, and I really struggled for a long time with making money, and then I kind of stumbled across a method. Like whenever I would get in a financial hardship or financial trouble, what would always bail me out, weirdly enough, was finding some way or another to get free traffic from the search engines, from Google and the search engines. That may sound kind of crazy, but when I was in my early 20s, I opened a game store. When I was probably around right around your age, James, I opened a game store, and man, what a crazy, stupid idea that was. And I opened that sucker up, and I was like, how on earth am I going to pay the rent? And it turned out that the answer was that the way I paid the rent was figuring out one way or another to get visitors to my websites with traffic. Now the store itself didn't make that much money, but at least it forced me to kind of go into business. And then I took my business online, and the only way I was getting visitors was through the search engines. Then I got into some launch stuff, and doing some internet marketing stuff. And again, every time, I would go off and be like, oh, affiliate marketing, just getting affiliates is so great. But then I would get into markets and I couldn't get affiliates in those markets, and it was back to the search engines. And after a while, it finally dawned on me that why don't I just make my primary strategy getting free visitors from the search engines and getting real good at that. And maybe you're a lot smarter than I am. Maybe you would have arrived at that idea faster than me. And if so, then good for you. But Greg and I are kind of kindred spirits. Now, about a year ago today, maybe a little bit more than a year ago, maybe more along the lines of a year and a half ago today, Greg was waking up at 3 o'clock in the morning every morning. He was also living in a real tough area, living in gang territory. And to make matters a little bit more complicated, that handsome little fellow that you see on his shoulders right there, Greg found out that he was about to become a father, and he really realized he had to change the gravy recipe. He had to do it fast, and so Greg had around $1,000 in his bank account. He actually wound up buying an introductory SEO course from me, and he used that course to just completely flip the script and turn the tables. And long story short, today Greg and I both make over $100,000 per month. Greg's made just alone, just from a dead standstill, Greg's made over $1.5 million in that time. And we're going to spill the beans on this. I don't know if you've been to a webinar before. Some people have, some people haven't. They're usually PowerPoints. They're usually theory. You ain't going to get none of that from us. So if you're looking for PowerPoints or theory, probably go and find somebody else's webinar because it's not us. You're just going to have to see, real results, real sites, test results, traffic, money getting, all that kind of stuff. So that's what you got here. So if you agree to have real stuff and not theory, just type in your question box if that's okay with you. If it's not okay with you, you can tell me to screw off or whatever, and we'll just.
I hope not.
Yeah, I hope not. I hope not. But then we'll just get started. Neil says, "Giddy up!" All right, that sounds great. So it sounds like a lot of people are down with the real stuff. Okay. Once Greg started getting up and running, he actually contacted me, and he's a real grateful guy, a real cool guy. He invited me over to his house for a slice of pizza. He actually offered me more than one slice of pizza. He offered me as much pizza as I wanted, and he showed me the real twist on what I was doing in SEO that he had done that really changed the game. And I was impressed. I was real impressed. I've had a lot of success online. I have a successful business, but I was so impressed that I started doing it myself, and it was so simple that I
Hey,
could have written it
hey,
down.
Mike,
Yeah, man.
really quick, someone said show me the money. Do you guys want me to actually show proof of my account, or do you want us to just move on? I can show it while Mike's talking. I can actually bring you inside my PayPal account, or we can just skip over it. It's totally up to you guys.
Yeah. So let us know from the audience. Do you want to see the money that we're making here? Let's see. Sunkhead, now we cool. Reds, skip over it, skip over it. No. Sure, Ken says, skip. I'm sure you're fine, Rich says. Looks like we got about 20%. Don't
All
care.
right.
Not a big deal. All right, so a couple people want to see. So maybe just super fast while I'm giving just a little bit of the.
Yeah, so this won't interject on anything. I'll just show this while Mike's talking. So go ahead, Mike.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Okay, so anyways, so the bottom line is that what Greg was doing with SEO, with ranking number one sites, is really dominant, and I mean really dominant. Greg has, and it'll kind of make sense as you see his PayPal stats now. Actually, Greg has over 7,000 keywords and these are money keywords. 7,000 over 7,000 money keywords in the health, gold, and online marketing niche that he's on page one for in Google, over 7,000 keywords. There's over 600 keywords where Greg is not just number one, but he's 5 out of the top 10 or more. So he's got super, super dominant results. And likewise, I've got a lot of results as well to share with you. And we're going to take you inside a number of those websites. Now, we can't take you inside of all of our websites. Especially for Greg, a lot of Greg's websites are client websites where he can't show those sites. But the good news about that is Greg actually created a number of just case study websites just to show you exactly what it is that we're doing and how we're doing it. Oh, Ken's so funny. Ken says, "Is there any room for us left?" Well, see, that's the crazy thing is that we've barely, barely, barely scratched the surface, even with the kind of money that you're seeing in Greg's PayPal account. And I got to tell you guys, I just deposited 2 paychecks for over $100,000. Um, there's still so much money, and Greg's in local niches. Most of his money is coming in from local stuff. Most of my money is coming in from affiliate stuff. But I think we got cries for mercy there, Greg. I think people are good to go. Can you flip over to the napkin now? When I first met up with Greg, and if anybody doesn't feel like we showed enough earnings, we could show you more, but presumably that's enough. So when Greg and I sat down, Greg drew up a real simple game plan for me. It was so simple I could have written it down on a dinner napkin. So I did. I wrote this up for you, and may look like there's a lot written down here. It almost may look complicated, but I think I can simplify it for you, make it real simple for you. So in the upper left-hand corner, it says step number 1, SEO is crossed out because we don't just stop at SEO. We really go for search engine domination. And that said, we're doing this without some big, like when I walked into Greg's house with the kind of results he was getting, I almost expected to be greeted by the receptionist and to have his personal assistant asked to take my coat and go get me a coffee or a latte or whatever. I expected him to be introducing me to his accountant and his web guy and his video guy and his SEO team or whatever. But it's not that way. Actually, Greg is just an ordinary guy. He's sitting on his couch, with his laptop, wearing gym shorts and a t-shirt, and he has no employees. He didn't do any significant amount of outsourcing until he'd well broken into the six-figure mark. In fact, he still was working his day job. Is that correct, Greg? You're still working your day job well into the six-figure mark?
Yeah, I was still doing my day job until about I made about a half million or so, maybe 400,000. I figured it was about safe to leave.
Can anybody appreciate that? So, like, what was that? Actually, I've never asked this for you, Greg, but what was that like for you to be working? Greg, by the way, was working. He was a casino dealer, which is not a nice job. It may sound glamorous. You might think about like gangster movies where the guys wear, everyone's all respectful and nice, but it is not. It is not an insane thing.
Yeah,
It,
that's just my personality. I'm very safe. I have a very normal house. I don't have really nice cars or anything. I just kind of like to keep it away and all that stuff. So,
Yeah, yeah, definitely. Yeah, we got a lot of good responses from that. I thought that was pretty funny myself. It's one of the reasons why we like doing these live events. We just love to see what people are going to say and what's going on. And by the way, Chris says 400K in money was still tight for him. Actually, no, that's the exact point. Is that he doesn't like money to be tight. Like, and the thing that really agree with me, I, James, when I was hanging out with you in Orlando, not long after that, I headed down south near Miami.
Mhm.
You know who I'm talking about. I don't want to name names here, but it's somebody who just had a big launch, and I went to their office to meet up with them because they invited me over, and I was greeted by a receptionist, and they did have a personal assistant and an affiliate manager and a video guy and a tech guy and a right hand man and all this stuff, and it's like, guess what, guys? Who do you think pays for all that stuff? When the guru has all those people working for them, who do you think pays for that? Do you think it's like the government's paying for it? Just give me a guess. I'm not saying no one's typing in the inbox. Yeah,
we
Ken,
do. That's
we
right.
do exactly.
Yeah, exactly. We do.
Yeah, exactly, and it sucks. James, you have a receptionist, right?
No, no, we don't have receptionists.
Exactly. John Hutz is like me. Exactly. So we don't do that stuff. And that's why I call Greg the one man gang, because I really appreciate that he's a guy, a one man gang, a one man show. He's just like me. He's just like James. He's a one man show. So his clients are getting Greg. They're not getting Greg's receptionist. They're not getting, when I'm doing affiliate marketing, my customers are getting me. Like they're getting me. When James is putting out something new, his customers are getting him. So that's really what's going on here. Is we believe in. I mentioned that game store that I opened up, and it freaked me out. I mean, I opened up the game store. I was like, what am I doing? I should just be online. Because I don't want to have a big game store. I don't want to have a big lease, a 5-year lease I had on that thing. Boy, talk about a millstone around my neck. I just couldn't wait to get out of that thing. And we want that for you. We want that kind of freedom for you, for you to have that same kind of opportunity. So, anyways, I'll get into the step one in the upper left hand corner of this napkin. SEO is crossed out because we like to build up towards search engine nomination. Now, we start with SEO, and that's an exciting topic. And that gets us thousands of free visitors a month. And then the arrow points over to step two, healthy paychecks from affiliate offers, CPA, or from local clients. I understand a lot of people who are on this event are probably interested in engaging more clients in lead generation because I know that James, he just came out with a really, really killer offer, in terms of getting clients. And that's one of the things that we like to do is once we know how to get thousands of clients, or sorry, thousands of visitors, then getting clients is actually very, very, very easy.
Yeah, and we're actually going to show you guys a really, really killer way for getting clients in a little bit here.
Yeah, absolutely. So then I've got a little arrow that points over to like a little affiliate paycheck here. This is a ClickBank account. We open up new ClickBank accounts all the time. I'll actually show you live a brand new ClickBank account that I just opened up a couple days ago, and some earnings from it. But what we like to do is we like to start small, like Greg is saying. Start small, start making some money, and then you go to the middle of the diagram of the napkin. It says decision time. And now let me ask the folks in this audience. We have a really, really active audience. Are you more of a decision A person or more of a decision B person? Do you feel like, if you start making this kind of money, get a couple local clients, get up some affiliate offers, whatever, do you see yourself as more of the kind of person to kind of kick back and relax? Or are you more of a person who would choose to scale up and become a player in your niche. And now that's what Greg and I have done. We're decision B guys. So Greg has chosen to scale up and take on more and more clients and more clients until the point where he's like $1 million ad agency. What I've done is I chose to scale up and become, a relatively big affiliate marketer in the game niche, in the relationship advice niche, and now in the internet marketing niche. So do you see yourself as more of a decision A person or more a decision B person? So Ken
Looks like we
says
got all B so
B for
far.
big. Yeah, a lot of people thinking big here. Well, that's cool. And again, if you're more of a decision A person, we're cool with that. The system really works both ways. But we're going to take you inside of more of a decision A business and more of a decision B business right now. We're going to start with affiliate marketing, but then we're going to bridge over to local marketing. So I really want to point out that what we're going to share with you works for affiliate marketing. It works for local marketing. It absolutely works for beginners. Although it also works for advanced people, and it can work absolutely anywhere in the world: Australia, New Zealand, Singapore, Hong Kong, the UK, Canada, Mexico, Azerbaijan, wherever that is. I don't know where that is, by the way. But anyways, wherever it is that you are in the world. So it absolutely works wherever in the world. And it absolutely is amazing for local. So Greg, can you click over to Google and search up my mystery method?
Sure. So we're gonna start showing some examples then. Let's do it.
Yeah, so we're going to get into some example sites here. So this keyword right here, mystery method, is the number one keyword for a relationship, a certain a certain part of the relationship advice niche. And this is a site of mine. And this site, what it does is it collects affiliate leads. I just play that little video, or not affiliate leads, but customer leads. And so I just get people to fill in their name and email address and join a list. And this is a site I mentioned that I just started a brand new affiliate account. And Greg, do you happen to have that account pulled up?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is an account, and you can see that as of Friday, November 23rd, this account didn't exist. Actually, Greg, if you scroll down, I think it actually shows when it joined, or where does it? It shows somewhere where the date. Oh, okay, date account open. So you can see this is literally a brand new account from like 11 or 12 days ago. And all I've done is I've built leads, and then I just send the leads to various affiliate offers. And the neat thing about these earnings is they actually turn out to be a little bit more than you're thinking. Greg, can you actually click in on one of these anywhere, and then just search for uh, between the 24th and now? So I guess the start date would be the 24th and the end date would be today. Yeah, if you just select the yeah. Oh, actually, I think you reversed it. Yeah, it's got to be,
Whoops.
yeah. Start date, end date's got to be, yeah. There you go. Okay.
See, I'm not even that smart, and I can still do it. So I know you all can do it.
Okay, and again,
There we
we don't find this to be the most impressive thing in the world, but as Greg shows down, you see a lot of these are sale RBs, and sale RB means sale recurring billings, and you can actually click by the different transaction types that'll group them all together. But the sale RB ones, what that means is that those are recurring billings. So not only is this account on pace to make around $6,000-7,000 this month, but I'm actually building up a recurring income stream. So that's pretty cool. And this is cool because it's pretty much a set it and forget it site. All I do is send out a couple emails a week. Actually, more like one email a week at this point. But anyways, I'm sure at some point I'll get around to sending two emails a week out, and it's making good money, and that's nice. And I want to take you inside kind of a test result or a change that I made in this site that really upped the amount of opt-ins I was getting, leads that I was building off this site. So right now you see the kind of crazy looking skin that I've got here. And I'm going to ask Greg to go over to archive.org, which is the Wayback Machine. And this will let you go back in the past, and you can see what this website used to look like before I made a free change to it. And you'll be able to see what that change is. It'll be pretty obvious to you. So this is what the website used to look like. And when it looked like this, it would get around 10 or 15, maybe at most 20 opt-ins per day. And then when I change it to the new look of the website, it now gets around 40 or 50. So a huge increase in results. And and we're actually going to take you inside of how you can do that. And one of the things I want to put the word out there, I know we're already like 20 minutes into this event. We have this event scheduled for around an hour and a half. Uh, One of the things we've realized is if we go on and on in this event and we don't let what's to come, that people start getting nervous. They'll start getting nervous that we're going to put up $1,000 or $5,000 coaching course or something like that. We're not going to do anything like that. We are going to introduce you to a very wallet-friendly introductory shortcut offer that shows you the fundamentals of what we're doing, how we're doing it, how to fully start making this kind of income, from scratch, whether you're a beginner anywhere in the world. Because otherwise, we'll get later on in the event, either people are going to be worried that we're going to put on a huge high ticket item, or they're going to be worried that we're just going to leave without selling anything at all. And then, just what you see is what you get. And if you didn't get everything down, you didn't get every detail down, then you're going to be left out in the cold. It's going to be nothing like that. We will show you what we do and how we do it. And so I just wanted to put the word out there. So now Greg is now going to take you inside of a different kind of affiliate site. And this one is in the gold niche.
All right, so let's go over to this site. It's called goldirainvest.com. This is one of my bigger gold sites. I'm going to show you guys smaller sites too. This is just one of my bigger sites here. And this site did almost $500,000 in sales in the month of September, so it's a very valuable site. I'll show you what it ranks for and all the traffic and all that. The way I make money is if people call this phone number or they fill out this form right here, and they end up investing in gold, I get paid for that. Then I also get paid anytime it's a qualified lead, and I believe that's when they stay on a phone call for more than 2 minutes with the representative. I would get paid $30 for that. So anytime someone invests in gold or a qualified lead, I get paid. But the big money is when people actually invest, and the reason this is so valuable is because gold right now, gold's huge. I mean, people think it's going to be going up tremendously in value, and I specifically rank for gold IRA related terms, and that's when people are taking their whole savings account, whole retirement account, whole 401k, and rolling it over to a gold IRA account, and that can be hundreds of thousands of dollars or even millions of dollars. So let's go take a look at some of the keywords really quick. The first keyword, this is actually the most competitive keyword in the entire market. And here's my site right here at number 3, but I also have a site right here at number 6. And most people can't get one site on the first page. So, I found that keyword really works, so I wanted to get a second site up there. Another one is Gold IRA Investing. Here we are again, we're at number 1, and I'm also at number 2, and also at number 5. So we have 3 of the top 5 spots. Again, I found a keyword that works, so I started with the search engine domination. And actually, it's pretty, shows you how bad Google is, but it's good for me, bad for Google. If we scroll down to the bottom of page 3, I have 4 of the 5 listings at the bottom of the page. And then if you go to page 4, I pretty much have the whole page 4, besides a couple of them. If you go to page 5, again, I pretty much have all of page 5 as well. So there's no reason you can't take up whole pages when you do what we're doing.
Well,
so let's go to one more.
Yeah, and something I want to point out, some people are wondering, does this work for local? We're going to show you a ton of local sites that we do this with.
Yeah, definitely. And I'm going to go into this SEO as well. So I'll show you how I did all the SEO for that and all that. Here's one last term I'll do, Gold IRA Investment. Again, I found out it was a good term, so I started doing more sites on it. Number 1, number 2, and number 5. So when you have 3 of the top 5 spots, it's very easy to get those clicks and get that traffic from those keywords. So let's go over to the Google Keyword Tool, and I want to show you guys what advertisers are paying for some of these keywords. And I'll show you, for those of you who are beginners, I'll show you where the advertisers are. So let's go do a search here. This will show how much traffic or how many searches these get about a month and how much people are paying. So Gold IRA gets 18,000 searches a month broad and 3,600 exact. People are paying anywhere from $20 to $30 per click. So for those of you who are beginners, again, these are advertisers up here. These are called pay-per-click advertisers. And then these people to the right are also all advertisers. So if I click on this person's ad right here, that's going to cost them anywhere between $20 and $30, depending how well their ads optimized, their click-through rate, and all that stuff, and where they're positioned. Again, it's not exact, but it's they're going to pay about $20 to $30. let's go take a look at the traffic of this. Just this one gold site, we see last month it got 3,000 uniques and 6,000 total visitors. Some of that is bot traffic because this is AW stats. So what I'll do is I'll just go with the unique number instead of total, just to be accurate or be conservative. So we'll go with 3,000 visitors times the average of $25 per click, and that's $75,000 in traffic a month. So that's how a site like this is able to generate a $500,000 in pending sales in a single month. So definitely very, very valuable traffic. And one last thing for this site for conversion is from February to August. You can see this site got a ton of visitors, but it did about 10 times less in those months combined than it did in this single month. And that's from one little change I made. And that's this video right here. Anytime you can use video to get personal with your visitors and kind of show them your face and introduce them to yourself, it can really, really boost your conversion rate. So what I did was I just ordered this kit here. I went through the kit. I showed people what was in the kit, and at the end of the video I just said, I just want to make sure you're not wasting your time. If this is something you're not interested in, just, move on, and if it is, go ahead and order it, and you can decide if you want to invest yourself. And then, the next step is I want to invest myself and kind of make a case study of how much they helped me and how they guided me through the process. So I think that will, again, boost conversions there.
And the
That's a
cool
great
thing,
tip.
yeah, it
That's a great
is.
tip for offline too, because I mean, if you can get the business owner on the website,
Oh,
autoplaying
absolutely.
to greet the visitors, it definitely helps conversions.
Yeah,
Definitely. That
it,
big trust factor.
it's
Yeah.
a huge deal, and the thing is that that both of these we've just shown you two huge conversion tips, and what's the sum total cost of these two conversion tips that we showed you? Zero. We just showed you how to make a free graphics design change because that site that I just changed over to on the mysterymethod.net site that I showed you, that's a free theme called Mantra, and and the graphics design I did it on it is free. I did it myself. And what Greg is showing you here is just a YouTube embed, and that costs free also. So these are like the good thing is like a lot of what we're showing you. In fact, weirdly enough, almost everything that we're showing you here is free, except for maybe if you want to do some outsourcing to do it. So just kind of good news all around. All right, Greg, you can keep on keeping on.
All right, cool. So I'm gonna probably start getting some SEO now, Mike. Is that all right?
I think so. Yeah, I think that
All right,
I think
cool.
that's real
Yeah,
good.
let's do it.
All right, so I'm gonna start with well, do you want me to start with local, Mike, or do you want me to go
You know
into
what?
some
I think that that is very valuable because I think a lot of people. Let's get from the audience. Are we looking a little bit more for local, or are we getting a little bit more for for wanting like us to get into SEO? We're going to do both, but what do you want to say? Oh, local, local, local.
Yeah, looks
Whoa.
like everyone wants some more local info.
Okay, well,
But yeah,
you
cool.
could we show maybe one of the websites that you guys done for local
yeah, yeah. Prepare
or
to be
offline?
impressed. Yeah, prepare to
We
be
can show
impressed.
tons of them, yeah.
Yeah.
Um, well,
Dude,
first, what I want to do is kind of introduce you to what I can do with a local site, how I can like kind of make a mini site and kind of turn it into like a semi-authority site. So all these sites I'm going to show you, besides one, I'm going to show you one client site. It's a very small client. Again, I don't want to use any big clients as an example, obviously, because it just runs into problems. But most of these sites, when I started this thing me and Mike were doing, I started like 15 example sites where about six of them I did an over-the-shoulder series where from beginning to end I showed what I did on video, every single step, from registering the domain, to how I build my backlinks, how I, do my on page, every single step. And then the other 10 sites or so I just ranked off camera and I just tell people how I ranked them. So I have about 15 sites I can show you guys if you want. What I'll do is I'll start with this one. It's called Baton Rouge Architects. Here's my site right here at number one. And a site like this, a lot of people stray away from local because they don't think that you can get much traffic from a site like this. Because if we go and look at this in the Google keyword tool, I think it gets something like 300 searches a month. And people just think it's not enough traffic, but it is. It gets 320 a month. So if we go over and look at the traffic stats for this, in November, it got 2,400 uniques and 5,500 total. Now, some of that is from our course, but I think we introduced this at the end of September, so all this traffic is actually real traffic, and it's bumped up since then. And And if we get this, I mean, anytime I do a site like this, when I really want to, I can pretty much rank for every keyword around that. So, if you want to do find uh, anything you type in here, top Baton Rouge architect, top Baton Rouge architects, even like architecture stuff. Even when you do like architects in Baton Rouge, you can, best architects in Baton Rouge, top, find, pretty much anything you type in, I'm going to be ranking at the top. I think this site ranks for like 50 keywords or something like that. So you can basically take a smaller, exact match domain and have it get a ton of traffic and really bring up the amount of leads you're bringing in.
And let me point some things out. So Sankana just asked, how are you making money from these local sites? Well, let me make an important distinction here. So Greg makes most of his money in local. So when you're seeing those insane numbers on his PayPal and his insane PayPal balance and all that stuff, that money is coming in from local clients. Now we can't show you most of those sites. So what Greg did, and by the way, if we could show you those sites, you'd basically be in a panic. Like you
And
wouldn't be
by the
able to sleep
way,
for.
pretty much all of these sites you see tonight, I'll show you probably 10 to 15 of them. There's very little work put into them because they're just example sites. Just kind of threw them together, did a little bit of our process, and they're pretty much all ranking at the top. So just keep
Yeah.
that in mind.
And Ken asked a great question. I'll get to your question as a follow up in just 1 second, but I want to answer Sakana's question. So the deal is that Greg and I can't show you most of our client sites because they're our client sites. That wouldn't be ethical. In a couple of cases, we have sites that we can show you where we've made a special deal just to be able to show you what that site is. But most of these sites, we can literally afford to just have them sit here as pure example sites. So our students can then use these example sites as leverage to get customers of their own. So they can sit down in a meeting with a local client with their iPad and show them best architect in Baton Rouge, best Baton Rouge architect as an example. Because see, the clients, they already know how to make money with this. If you're an architect in Baton Rouge, there's not much of a question on how to make money with Baton Rouge architects. You stick your phone number on the site. That's it. You stick your phone number on the site, people call you, you make money. If you're a dentist and we've ranked you number one for 50 dentist keywords in your local town, then there's not much of a question as to how you're going to make money. You're going to make $3,000 per new client that you get from that site. So these sites, we've set them up as pure case studies, just purely to show how we can dominantly rank number one, site after site, category after category, in some and really in some competitive stuff. Now, we can show you a couple of client sites just to kind of get that out of the way. Do you want to maybe show, say, Reno Wedding Photographers?
Yeah.
So this is a live client site, and this is a client site where the owner of the site has let us know again and again that this site saved their business altogether.
He actually wrote me again just about an hour ago to
Are you
give me an
serious?
update. So yeah.
That's awesome. So this is an example of what a finished, finalized client site will look like. It'll look slick. It'll look good. It'll have their phone number on it. Maybe their email address or whatever, and maybe a little bit more information from them. So that's the basic rundown. Uh, but the way that we make money is we just have staggering, dominating results, and then we walk in and we're like, do you want to have a business or not? That's pretty much it. Now, Ken asks a critical question. Says, so you're saying basically if we follow your system, you can beat out any local SEO company? Maybe. I'm not saying that, Ken. What I'm saying is, if we follow our instructions, you can completely trounce any local SEO company. You can
Yeah, that's
humiliate.
not just for the small ones, like even like lawyer stuff and plastic surgery, any pretty
Yeah. Do
much.
you want to show them Delaware divorce lawyers?
Yeah. Actually have a lawyer site again. I probably put 4 hours into this site, and it's been at the top of the search engines for a few months now. There I am right there. And actually, do you want me to go into the client getting tip now, or do you want me to
Uh,
save that?
no, we're going to save that for after the intermission.
Okay.
But you can't go into how much money this is worth.
Okay. Yeah. Let's see. So let's go to the traffic for this site, and this will kind of give you a hint, maybe. In November, we had 1,200 uniques, 2,500 total. We didn't really show this month or this to people in November, so these are actually real. Maybe a little bit of bot traffic, but If we go over to the keyword tool, we type in Delaware divorce lawyers. It also ranks for other terms like Delaware divorce attorneys in Delaware, divorce lawyers in Delaware, that type of stuff. And advertisers are paying about $6 per click on average. So if we take, let's go back over here and take that 1,200 and times that by about $6 per click, that's about $7,200 a month in traffic that people and advertisers are paying for. So definitely a very valuable site, and I'll show you how to leverage this for clients in just a little while.
Now we actually have somebody live on the event who's been having some success with this stuff, and I actually want to see if I can bring him live. His name is Martin, and Martin actually has a really cool 100% free technique that we'll share as well. So let me see if I can bring Martin live. Uh, Martin, are you there?
Hello?
Hey, Martin. Thanks so much for coming
Hey,
live on this event.
you got it.
Um,
Thanks, Martin.
No
so
problem.
so let's see. And James, if you have any questions for Martin as we go along, please chime in. We love
Okay, yeah, we'll
yeah,
do.
we love you too. So basically, give us the rundown, like earnings wise. Now, what job wise, what were you doing before you started getting with this OMG stuff?
Job wise, like a year ago, um, I was actually unemployed just over a year ago. So I had no experience with internet stuff. And then now, currently, I'm making around 6,000 a month with SEO stuff.
That's
So
awesome. That's
it's
awesome.
yeah.
Nice.
And one of the things that Greg was talking about is how long it takes to put together one of these OMG machine style sites. By the way, we call them OMG machines because they're like little self funding ATM machines. We think that they're pretty cool. Um, but about how long does it take you to put on average together? Like let's say a site like as you look at Delaware divorce lawyers, like about how long would that take you to sling that together?
With total work to put the site together, I would say average about 2 hours to do a site like that with like 6 posts or whatever, or
And
seven.
and what if you wrote the articles yourself?
Um, that maybe three, possibly four, depending how long the articles are.
Okay, so you're looking at 3 to 4
So,
hours. Go ahead.
so how much of the work do you do yourself, and how much of it do you outsource?
It varies. I do order out some articles and I write some, so it's a pretty good mix.
Okay.
At the very I could actually put a site up like that if I really moved a little, probably in like an hour if I had like all the articles outsourced, ready to go.
And as far as like making the website,
As far as launching it, as far as having it up, it depends how fast they crop whatever you call it with the name servers. But I could go to GoDaddy and have a site up in probably like 2 minutes. So I've done a couple, and it's once somebody shows you, like they have with like the tutorials and stuff for the videos. That's how I learned was just watching, and yeah, it's pretty simple. And then I could have, I mean, if I ordered the articles ahead, and I don't put all the content onto a site like in an hour, but if I did want to, I could possibly do it in as fast as an hour, maybe
yeah.
two.
Martin, can you take can you take James inside of what you're doing 100% free, no website, no hosting, no backlinks?
Sure. Yeah. This was it wasn't really something I intended, but I've been making money with Squidoo pages, which it's a free, I think you call it 2.0 thing or something.
Yeah, like Web
And
2.0.
yeah, and I actually was first went over there and made a couple articles generally to get backlinks and um, just for for some sites that I had, and then I played around with it for a while. I've had an account there for like a year, and I made one on. I'm into cars, and I made one on a car thing. And a little while later, it took a while, but I wasn't really doing anything with it. And suddenly, I noticed it was making money. And then I did a search. I just really didn't think anything of it. I just kind of made it for my own curiosity, and then it was all of a sudden it was like pulling in like $100 a month, just this one single page, maybe even a little more. Could be almost 200. I really didn't uh, pay much attention to it. So, but essentially just really doing just those pages, and I I really incorporate the stuff that Greg talks about with the way that he does SEO, which I think contributed to help them rank. But there's a couple of them that rank pretty well. So I've
And
got a bunch of,
Neil's asking, is that just using a single lens on Squidoo?
yeah, I have more than one. I've actually got like 200 now,
Oh,
and
nice.
a lot of them are interlinked, so that helps. But that's the extent of it. Some are interlinked with each other, and that is it. So essentially, yes, it's just Squidoo lenses. There's no extra work like backlinks or anything like outside of Squidoo. They're just
Nice.
interlinking in lenses, and the one that I mentioned is a PR4. Quite a few others are PR3, so they seem to do well.
And where did you learn your interlinking strategy that you're using on these Squidoo lenses?
From you guys. I I don't think they'd rank this well. I mean, I see some that rank well, but um, I really didn't do anything. Like I kind of woke up when suddenly I got like this couple $100 check from them. Like, where'd that come from? And then because I just forgot about it. It wasn't a priority of mine, um, and that was like 3 pages or something. And it kind of, I see a lot of potential. I think with if somebody went nuts with that, I think they could do really well.
What's a search term that we can search up?
We could one of the bigger searched ones. I haven't really worked on many of these, but one of them is best car wax. I think it's position 2 now. It was position 1 forever. Now, yeah, there it is. It's position 2. That gets in when it warms up. It gets close to 5,000 searches a month, and um, I
Yeah,
didn't even
guys, and
work.
this is a free site that you can sign up and just make your own page, and you don't have to pay anything.
Yeah,
So,
you can actually have one of these up and running in like 10 minutes. Like, I wouldn't recommend just doing that and just not touching it ever again if you actually wanted to rank and stuff like that. But you can do them pretty quick.
Actually, when Martin first started showing me the kind of money he was making with these Squidoo lenses, and Greg, can you click on that site and show everyone that it's a PR4, which I think is pretty neat.
Actually, it wasn't showing. Let me go to Firefox.
All right. When Martin told me about this for the first time, I was really impressed, and so we did an interview. There it is, PR4. It's nuts. Which means it's a power backlink. You actually use this to make a site number 10 or number 11 for a real competitive term as well. Like what was it, car
Yeah,
photography or something like that?
yeah. That was
Yeah,
also
car
just like
car
a full
photography is
site.
car photography is very competitive. I think you just had that one link, didn't you?
Yeah, I mean there's I did one link. It's on a couple
Yeah,
lenses,
it
but
is right here.
yeah,
Yeah, number
you can
12.
see the last time I touched it was August. I put up like 30 pictures, and I I just did it for fun. But you can see the competing sites up top. It's pretty crazy.
Now, Bimal's asking, did Panda and Penguin affect Squidoo at all? They did. How did they affect Squidoo?
Well, that was the interesting thing is I had some sites. I'm new to this all, so I over optimized a lot of sites, exactly what Greg talks about. And I'd lost a few, quite a few actually. The Pretty much all the sites that I had Amazon stuff on, and they were just gone. But I noticed that CarWax page started to earn more money, and that's about the time when I noticed it. It was about whatever 6 months ago or something, and whenever that happened, and it was ranking better. And they just seem to I don't they seem to improve with the updates from what I'm watching. Like I said, I haven't put a whole lot of attention to it, um, other than launching a few and all that. I haven't
You're
like
ranked
actually.
num you're ranked number 27 in cars. That's crazy.
You
What?
know what's crazy about that is that car page is a PR6. So if you can get on that page, then you get a nice link from that too.
Yeah.
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 nice.
And
We
so,
got
Go ahead.
We got a great question. John says, Greg, over the next year, I want to get 100 plus EMDs up in local markets, say sub-niches, attorney, or sub-niche doctors, sell the leads to the professionals. Is this something that I will learn?
Yeah, I actually got about 600 up in my first year, so that's pretty much what I do and what we teach. So, and I'll be covering the EMD update, and we'll be definitely going to more for SEO. So,
Very nice.
Awesome. Okay. Martin, thank you very much. We really appreciate you coming live and sharing this stuff. And by the way, we do teach. Martin was super, super generous. He sat down with me for over 2 hours and helped me bang out a killer lesson, including step by step on how to leverage OMG for Squidoo. So Martin, we really appreciate you coming live. Thank you so much, man.
Yeah, thanks for having me
thanks,
on.
Martin.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
All right. I'm
All
gonna
right,
mute
cool.
Martin again. And if you have thank yous for Martin, let us know. Sankara said, "Thanks, Martin. Way to go. Way to go, Martin," says Clay. "Thanks, Martin," says Ken. A lot of thank yous are already, which is great. Rolando says, "I work with Dennis to get more clients calling them. Will this course teach me how to set these up so I can get leads for them?" Absolutely. That is one of the exact things that we do. Neil, by the way, says, "Thank you for sharing, Martin." Again, I totally agree. Greg's going into another site here. This is Colorado Springs Veterinarians.
Yeah, I just wanted to show just a few more examples. I always forget the names of these sites. New Orleans Interior Design. Again, we're always above these local results pretty much, most of the time at least. So now, Mike, do you want me to go in and start going to SEO for these sites and some of the changes, and I'll show a couple more examples. I'll actually show some when I did 15 example sites for this course. When the exact match update came, four of those or three of them dropped, three or four, I forget.
Yeah.
And the reason I'm able to, find out these changes because, like I said, I have about 800 sites between clients and my own. And when changes like that happen, I'm able to compare the data between my sites that stuck and my few sites that dropped. I very, very rarely have sites drop when updates came. So when the EMD update came, I just compared the data with those few sites that dropped, and I was able to get two of the three back up. And I want to kind of cover what I did to bring those back up, and it really goes into what's working for exact match domains and in SEO in general. So
Yeah,
I can definitely cover that.
I think that'd be valuable for folks. Does that
Yeah,
sound
that'd
like
be
that'd be
great.
valuable? Would folks in the audience, do you want to chime in and let us know if you think that would be valuable for you? What Greg just described, taking you inside a site that he recovered, and I'll give you another example. Lots of yeses coming in. All right, great. Rolando, John, another John says yes. Sankara, yes. All right, a lot of interest. Great.
All right, cool. All right, so what I'll do is I'll kind of start it off with the EMD update came in at the end of September. A lot of people were up in arms. They were like, exact match domains don't work anymore. And anytime you think about SEO, you just gotta kind of take a step back and look at it from a different perspective. Like Google can't just penalize all exact match domains. It doesn't make sense. It would just totally screw up the search engines. It's just not practical. So when it happened, even before I compared my data, I knew that, so I just took a step back and I said, this got to be about over optimization. They don't want people kind of taking advantage of EMDs, but they still want EMDs to rank because they're relevant. So I pretty much had
Greg, I wanted to interject something, and this is something that came up from, we had a really, really great time. Greg and I were hanging out with a guy named Alex Becker last night. He's a really, really sharp, top SEO guy. He's an OMGer. And, he said something that kind of sparked something in my mind today, and I wanted to share that on this event. And this isn't theory, but one of the things that Alex was pointing out is that a lot of SEO firms are going out of business right now. They're just closing up shop. They're shuttering their doors. And the reason why is Google has been on kind of a surge recently. They've just been wiping out, these kind of phony baloney SEO sites where they just have, and the reason why is that these SEO firms, they don't know how to do SEO at all. All they know how to do is buy cheesy backlinks, and if that, okay. But and what they're doing is they're over optimizing. What Greg's saying, they're over optimizing their sites. And I don't know if anybody here knows who Matt Cutts is. Probably most people don't, but he's kind of Google's spokesperson when it comes to SEO. And one of the things I recently realized is that when Matt Cutts says, we're going to take SEOs out, he's not talking about us. He's not talking about you. he's talking about these cheesy firms. He's talking about these phony baloney local marketers, and what that's done is that's opened up a gigantic opportunity for the little guy, for guys like me and Greg, and guys like you who are on this event with us, because these firms that are going out of business, their customers are being left high and dry. Greg, we just got an email yesterday from a guy from Buffalo who runs an airport limousine service. He hired one of these firms. He's out $8,000 a month. His business is off by $8,000 a month because his rankings have disappeared. He's desperate, and and the reason he contacted us is, once again, we've got a site that's ranked for this stuff, and
It's actually number one now. It just moved up.
So it just moved to number one, and
I haven't touched this site in like 3-4 months either, so that's fun.
My point is that this is life-changing stuff. I mean, if you're that business owner, if you're a dentist, I walked into my dentist and got a root canal, and I walked out with a $12,000 SEO deal. And how did I do that? And by the way, don't think that affiliate marketing doesn't matter. The way I sold him on working with us actually wasn't showing him our client sites; it was actually showing him our gold sites. And that was really impressive to him. So, one of the things I want you to keep in mind is that it's all connected. But the real bigger thing here, and the thing I want you to realize as Greg is giving you this key lesson on Seattle real estate agents, is that there is no competition. The competition is all imaginary. This is one of the important things that we teach you, is that don't think like you really are getting the secret sauce here. And James, you've been around. Have you seen this stuff anywhere?
No, not like you guys do it.
Awesome. All right, Greg, I'm sorry. Take it away.
No problem. All right, so like I was saying, I knew that it had to be about over-optimization because that's really the only thing that made sense. So, that was what I first looked at when I started comparing my data between most of my sites that stuck and the few that fell, and that's pretty much what I found. You got to use synonyms, and by the way, I'm going to get into an example site and show you the changes. You got to keep your keyword density down, especially for exact match domains. By the way, an exact match domain is when you have your main keyword as the domain name. For example, it would be Buffalo Limo Services, or even something like Buffalo Limousine Services. It should rank for. I'm sorry, it's not number one for that. It's down here at number 3 for that. So, but it's when it's your main keyword in your domain, which would be Buffalo Limo Services. All right, so you got to keep your keyword density down for your main keyword by using synonyms and placeholders, and I'll show you that. And then really, really, really big right now is anchor text. You got to have anchor text diversity, and I'm going to show you guys exactly how I break up my anchor text, especially when I start off. I'll show you that in just a little bit here. And that goes for both on and off page. And of course, relevant links are getting more important. Like I said, for anchor text, you want to use keywords, synonyms, LSI, generic URL, and tons of variation. Again, I'm going to get into that. So now let's go into a couple sites that fell off when the EMD update came. The first one is Milwaukee Chiropractor. And here it is right here, again, number 1. And this site, before the exact match domain update, was like number 6. And then the update came, it dropped to no man's land. I compared my data, made the changes, and it came back stronger at number 1. The second site that did the same thing. Sorry, I'm having typing problems here. The second one is called Seattle Real Estate Agents, and we just picked up a client for this site actually, just I think yesterday or 2 days ago. But this site, same thing happened. It was like number 6. EMD update came, dropped to no man's land. Compared my data, made the changes, and came back stronger. So let's go into the site and take a look at some of these changes. The first thing is, like I said, this is an EMD, so my main keyword would be Seattle real estate agents, and Google knows that. So the first thing they're going to look at is he over-optimizing? Is he or she, sorry, ladies, is he or she over-optimizing for this keyword? So I basically just took down the occurrences of that keyword in my context. So, I would replace Seattle real estate agents with they, with, them. Replace it with synonyms, realtors. You can, use LSI versions like real estate agents in Seattle. You can take out Seattle. You don't always need to use Seattle. So just switching around stuff like that. The second thing I did was I switched up my page titles. It used to work where if you threw your main keyword in every single title, it would help you rank. But now it's seen as over optimization. So, excuse me, I took them out of some of my titles and I replace them with synonyms. So, for example, this used to be called Are Seattle Real Estate Agents Worth the Money? So I just replaced Seattle Real Estate Agents with Realtors, which is a synonym. Same thing here. It used to be called How to Find the Best Seattle Real Estate Agents. I just replaced Seattle Real Estate Agents with Realtor. And even here, I used to have Seattle in here. I just took out Seattle. So this one still has it in it, so I still left it in like one or two of them. But basically, I took it out of my page titles as well. The next thing was, I believe I already had images, but I didn't have video. So I added video to pretty much every page. And you want to make sure it's a relevant video. You can use other people's video. That's no problem. Because once you start ranking and getting a client, then you can kind of take that placeholder video and replace it with a video that will actually help you and be valuable for you. For those of you who don't know, Google owns YouTube, so obviously having a YouTube video on your site is going to help you, and it helps with keeping visitors on your site and all that stuff. For your images, you want to make sure your main keyword is not for all your image alt text. I'm trying to use more generic stuff, like woman on phone, just kind of describe what's going on in the picture. Whereas before, I would just throw in my keyword for the image alt text every single time. So you would definitely want to be careful about that.
By the way,
last thing is,
Neil's asking, Greg is building and ranking sites and then selling them or renting them to business owners. That's right. That's exactly where Greg makes most of his money. Greg also makes a significant amount of money with affiliate marketing, but most of his money comes from building sites, ranking them, and then either selling or renting them. Sorry, Greg. Go ahead.
Definitely. No problem. All right, so the last thing that I did was last thing I recommend, I think I added content here, but in the internet marketing industry, it's well known or it's, common practice to have 500-word articles, and I just don't understand it. So that's what I'm talking about down here when I say let your content flow. Just let your articles be as long as they need to be. If it's a 400-word article, if that's what it takes to get your point across and describe what you're trying to describe, make it a 400-word article. If it needs to be 1,200 words, let it be 1,200 words. That goes for if you're writing them yourself or sending out to writers. I personally have writers do it for me because I just don't have time. So I give them a window. I say, make it between 400 and 1,200 words. I give them a window to work their skill, which is writing, and that gives them the chance to say what they need to say and not have a cutoff point, whereas most people are saying, hey, I want 7 500-word articles. And the other thing is, Google they're on to that. They know that internet marketers, or a good majority of them, use 500-word articles. So if they see a site with every single page is 500-word articles, I personally think that just looks fishy as hell. That's just my opinion. I think that kind of hangs like a kick me sign on your site. So definitely switch up your content, let your content flow. Another big thing. One thing I didn't cover yet is interlinking. Mike, do you want me to cover that yet?
Interlinking, yeah. This will be the last major lesson that we'll get to before we take a brief intermission.
All right, cool. All right, so let's go back to this gold site. You can see down here I have some links here. Link there, link there, link there, link there, link there. There's about 10 links you can see here. Excuse me. All these links go to another page of my own site, so that's called an interlink. I think this is one of the most underutilized parts of SEO, and it's probably one of the most powerful right now. I want to take you to an example. Let's go to Google, and I'll show you who I model my interlinking after. I'm sure you've all heard of them. Wikipedia. They get tons of love. I think they're like the 5th most popular site in the world, and interlinking has a lot to do with it. So if we take a look at this first paragraph, we see like 20 links in here, right? Every single link in here goes to another Wikipedia page. It's all interlinks, all right? If you want to know who Phil Heath is, all you got to do is click on that link. There's Phil Heath. There's his information. Everything about Phil Heath, okay? You want to know what the IFBB is? Just click the link. Very, very easy. If you want information, it's right there in the link on this site, on another page. All you got to do is click that link. Google loves this stuff. It's easy access. It helps decrease your bounce rate. All right, so when we do this interlinking, it does 3 major things for us, and I already mentioned one of them. That's decreasing your bounce rate. A bounce is when someone comes to your website and they leave. They don't go to any other page. They just come to it and they opt out. They don't go to any other page of your site. All right. So let's take this example here. If someone comes and they want to know what a Roth IRA is, they click on this link. They find out what a Roth IRA is, so they get what they want, and then it also decreases my bounce rate, which helps my SEO. The second thing it does is it helps you rank for this term, and many people, they don't understand this. They think that because it's on the same domain that you can't help yourself rank for this keyword, but it does. That Google doesn't split it up by domain; they split it up by URL. And this page here and the page that this Roth IRA information on is two different URLs. So I'm getting credit for this link even though it is on the same domain. Okay, so it's going to help me rank for that. The third thing it does, and probably one of the most misunderstood things, is it helps you avoid possible duplicate content penalties. And I have a lot of clients, or coaching students, who come to me with really big authority sites, and they have great content, and they're ranking for all these keywords, and tons of pages, and they're like, I got hit by this penalty. I don't understand why. Like, I have a great site. And usually when I look at it, the problem is they're interlinking. They don't have any interlinking going on, which has them run into possible duplicate content penalties. So what I mean by that is I already have a page on a Roth IRA, okay? If someone wants to learn about that, they just click on this link and they learn what a Roth IRA is. So I don't want to go on explaining a second time what a Roth IRA is because I already have that information. It's already right here in a link. If they want to know about it, they'll click. Okay. If they don't want to know about it, they'll keep going. There's no reason to talk about a Roth IRA a second time when you already have that information. So just do yourself a favor, interlink your pages when necessary. Don't force it. Help yourself decrease your bounce rate, help yourself rank for more keywords, and help yourself avoid a possible duplicate content penalty from your own site, which is possible from what I've seen.
And by the way, another key tip here is, you met Martin earlier, who's going nuts with Squidoo. Well, what was he doing? He was interlinking his pages, and this kind of like real disciplined interlinking that Greg does. We have a video inside of OMG where he shows, he changes like one word and picks up like 3 extra keywords that he ranks for. So he like changes one word on the blog, and we pick up like a bunch of extra traffic from it. And this is a really, really powerful thing, because this isn't just the secret to how he's ranking in the first place, but it's the key to how he's ranking for so many keywords, which gets so much more traffic and creates so much more stability in your site. Does anybody here know how much money Google makes per year at this point, or at least how much they made last year in just from the sponsored ads from the Google pay-per-click advertisements? Let's have some guesses. Neil says in the billions. He's right. Ken says $13.56, $13.56. That's a very
a little more than that.
John Nutt says 1.6 billion. Ken gives us a smiley face. Do we have any other guesses here? Right now, it's people that are typing it into Google and trying to figure out the answer. Sakana says 10 billion. The answer is, drumroll please, $37.9 billion in 2011. And what that means is that Google, when people are clicking on those pay-per-click ads, that's how Google is making their money. Well, the sites that we're showing you how to make, these OMG sites, the reason that Google loves them so much is that we're creating sites that are like click addiction sites. Like, people get on the sites, they start clicking around, they start watching videos, they click here, they click there. And when they come back out of the site, first of all, they're enjoying themselves, they're enjoying the experience. They're not just leaving our site and then Xing out of Google to go and watch television. They're involved. They're loving it. They're like, more please. And then they go and click on pay-per-click ads, and Google makes lots of money. We're really kind of joining forces with Google here. We're not just, we're not trying to trick Google. We're not cutting corners. We're just taking a shortcut, and it's a shortcut that's allowing us to make a huge amount of money. We're setting up these sites that are extremely easy to set up, extremely cheap, and yet they're very, very effective at making a lot of money. Now, in just a few minutes, we're going to take a brief intermission, about a 5-minute intermission. What I want to do before we take that intermission is, I know that we have basically 100% of the people who joined us at the very beginning are still with us now. But some people have to go after a while. Have to get too much for the past the hour mark. So what we want to do is we want to open the doors to OMG Machines to you at this time and allow you to join us. I'm going to walk you through what OMG Machines is and what the membership area looks like, because people want to know. and then we'll tell you how to join us, tell you how to get James's bonus, and then we'll take a brief 5-minute intermission, and then we're going to return. And I know that just given the makeup of this audience, I know you guys are going to love this. Guys and gals are going to love this. Greg's going to take you inside a killer client getting technique, and we're going to get into some more about link getting and more about traffic getting, and we're going to answer your questions. So, James, do you have a link for us in terms of how people can join OMG Machines?
Yeah, I'll go ahead and post it. It's
Okay.
jamespate.net/OMG.
Okay, so jamespate.net/OMG. Okay, so here's how this all came about. When I first started seeing the results that Greg was having, when we had that first conversation over some pizza, I was really impressed with what Greg was doing, and not just the amount of money he was making, but how he was making it, how easy it was, how beneficial it was, how he was going through update, sailing through update after update. And again, I'm pretty busy, but it really pushed me over the edge to give it a shot. So starting in December of 2011, I started doing this myself, and I made a few thousand extra dollars that month. I was impressed. In the next 3 months, January, February, and March, I made an extra $20,000 per month. And every single month after that, I've made at least an extra $50,000 per month in my business. And I realized that Greg was just taking little tweaks, little details, little shortcuts that were so much better than the way anybody else was doing it. And I realized that Greg, I've been in business for a while. I've had a lot of people approach me and ask me to put together a coaching program, and I've never wanted to do it. I didn't want to do it all on my own, and I certainly didn't want to hire some $10 or $15 an hour guy to quote unquote do coaching, because I just don't think that's ethical. It's just not my personality. But then when I saw the success that Greg was having, and I've got a private forum that Greg's got over 1,000 posts on, and he's just so good at teaching people. He's so methodical and so patient and so passionate about other people's success. When I saw that, I just thought that Greg would literally be the perfect person to join forces with to put together a great coaching program. So I approached Greg, and thank goodness he accepted. He agreed to put together a coaching program with me, and we did it. We put it together. We took 4 years or 4 months behind the scenes. We put together all these case study sites that you're seeing, over the shoulder training videos, like just this incredible wealth. Now that coaching course is in about the $2,000 range. We're not selling that tonight. In fact, that coaching course, we've sold out of the first two sessions of it. It's currently sold out. We may open it back up, but right now that's not what we're here to do. What we also did was we realized that we just had this incredible coaching course, and only a few dozen people were going to be able to take advantage of it. And we thought that was a crying shame. We wanted to have a super wallet friendly offer that individuals like you could have to just get started. And maybe in doing that, maybe it would ramp you up and you'd want to join our coaching program, and that's all the better for us. But at least you could start having success right now. And we wanted that for you. So what we did was we put together OMG Machines, which is, I believe, we could easily sell this course for $1,000. We, maybe dress up with some bells and whistles. I've sold these things before. In fact, I've never seen $1,000 product as good as what you're about to get your hands on for a small fraction of that. We've created a very, very wallet-friendly version of this. We're going to take you inside of the membership area in just a moment, but I want to walk you through what you get with OMG Machines conceptually. We're going to show you how to pick and register the right website and provide.
Real quick, Mike,
Yeah.
Bob asked if it's a monthly payment because it says today's payment. It's just a one-time payment. There's no one-time offer or anything.
Yeah, so it's a single one-time payment. No, no, like you don't leave this page and then go to another sales letter or anything like that. That's it. You've got it. You've got the course. If you want to join us for coaching down the road, by all means, that's wonderful, and we'd love to have you join us. But you don't have to. And by the way, we don't want anybody to be upset at the existence of our coaching course. In fact, the coaching course helps feed OMG Machines, just like OMG Machines helps feed the coaching course. Whenever we improve one, we always improve the other. We're very passionate about this. By the way, this is probably our 12th revision of OMG Machines. When you join this, you get lifetime updates. We improve it all the time. In fact, we're about to take you inside of a membership area that we're very proud of that we've just added on to it. So it's really extraordinary. So, okay, we'll show you how to pick and register a website, provide significant insight into understanding keywords and niches. We show you how to set up your website and how to understand it, understand how to make it really look sharp and good. We show you how you can attract local clients in the area you live, including a script of what you can say to them, what questions they're likely to ask, and how to address those questions. We'll also provide examples of deal types that you can structure with clients, like if a dentist wants you to give them help to getting customers. We show you how to get affiliate links, and we show you examples of principles how we convert visitors into customers for profitable websites. And this can allow you to either do a combination, any combination of affiliate marketing and local marketing. It's very important to us that you can do both. We also show you how you start doing search engine optimization very inexpensively. Obviously, we're going to show you how to get lots and lots of traffic. Now, we're not in this shortcut going to teach you absolutely everything that we know about search engine domination, because that sort of in-depth training typically requires personal support and some advanced techniques that are much more appropriate for the no-holds barred coaching. But we do teach you in the shortcut will be complete, extremely useful, and more than sufficient for excellent profits. Okay, we're also going to show you a complete series of over a dozen videos in which Greg shows you every moment that he spends ranking SeattleRealestates.org #1 using Web 2.0 techniques and several other advanced techniques. You'll be able to go to Google and type in the main site keyword and see it right there for real. You'll have immediate access to a wonderful membership area, including a detailed ebook and many videos. You'll be invited to attend several live internal recurring webinars for extra support and training, and you'll have access to the replays of those webinars. We do not promise to do unlimited coaching via email for Shortcut members. It's simply not possible for us to do that. But supporting you is very important to us, which is why we hold the live webinars regularly. Okay, now, Greg, before we move on, could you open up our members area? It's
Sure.
Do you know where it is?
We just
It's
upgraded this members area, so I might. What is it?
/ Shortcut members.
What did I do here?
You
Oh, I didn't do
www.
.com.
Oh, okay, that's funny.
Can I ask a quick question?
Sure.
How much do you guys generally get with these offline deals that you do through the OMG machine websites that you make?
It totally depends on, the type of business. Like a lawyer, you can make really good money, whereas, if it's like a pizza shop where the customer is a lower value, that you might not make as much. So you can make anywhere from like 100 a month to tens of thousands a month with one client, even hundreds of thousands. There's a client that I've done over $100,000 in 1 month before. So
And that's one client?
one client, yep.
Yeah, and something I want to point out about this, that brings up an important point. I'm gonna walk you through this members area in a second, but I want to talk to you about one of the great things about OMG machines is, normally to get a lottery ticket, you have to pay money to get a lottery ticket. We like to think of every OMG machine that we put out there and every deal that we make as we get the money plus we get a major lottery ticket that can pay off in the millions. And here's what I mean by that. Every single time we put up an affiliate site or make a local deal, it's very, very possible that the person that we're making that deal with is a much bigger player than we thought in the first place. And they're going to want more and more and more and more of what we have to give. Greg's had a situation like that turn into hundreds of thousands of dollars. It's real. One of the things that Greg teaches inside of OMG Machines, I think this is so, so valuable. And I feel like it's the same thing when it comes to affiliate marketing. Don't shy away from working with big players. If you see lawyers.com on a site, and you want to approach them, don't be afraid to do that, because not only may you be able to sell them one site, you might be able to sell them 100 sites for hundreds of thousands of dollars. I mean, it's
Yeah, when we get into that client getting technique, I'll cover that even more. So
yeah, definitely. So it's the sky's really the limit with this stuff. Okay, so this is the OMG members area. This is carefully and strategically organized. So basically, when you log in, there's a nice orientation video that I filmed that walks you through this membership area, even better than I'm going to right now. And it also explains a lot of the fundamentals behind OMG machines. Now, clicking in on some of these lesson areas, for example, I want to zoom in on lesson 1 and lesson 4. So lesson 1, here you start with a lesson that's an orientation lesson where I walk you through the fundamentals of keyword research and some key points. For example, I'll spill the beans on one of the lessons I teach inside of this orientation video. Now, once we take you inside of OMG machines and we show you our way of doing keyword research, for example, Greg, can you click in on let's say keyword niche understanding. Great. Then you're going to have these wonderful videos with me and Greg showing you how it is that we look at. And these are double live videos where you can see both of us, and we're going through various websites and so forth, and showing you how we think about local and affiliate marketing. You're going to get wonderful and powerful ideas for websites that you can register, for URLs that you can register exact match domains. We actually want you to put on the brakes and not start registering sites yet. You will shortly, that the first thing we want you to do is actually go over to the Squidoo videos that I made with Martin. And actually, can you click back up and show them the location of those Squidoo videos? These are so cool. We actually want you to go over to Squidoo and actually, and James, you and I talked about this, and I think that you kind of agree with this idea. We actually want you to take an hour or two and put up a couple Squidoo lenses. And that's going to do a couple things for you in that same market. Put up a couple Squidoo lenses, because that's going to do two things for you. It's going to get you experience with getting sites together, and you can do it absolutely free. We really take a huge approach on things of making sure that you understand how to do things 100% free from the very beginning, and not that you have to start spending a bunch of money out of pocket before you at least know what you're doing, if not are already making money. The reason why
Yeah,
we want
it's a great no risk way to get into it and just to get your feet wet and get a feel for it.
well,
And they make great backlinks later on too as well once you get them going.
see, that's a great point. And you're building your backlinks before you're building your site. So your site's actually going to rank much quicker. And as Martin showed you when he was on before, you can get a PR3 or PR4 backlink from a Squidoo lens like it's nothing. Anyways, there's lots of juicy lessons throughout. Now, one of the things that I'm most proud of, we just added in lesson 4, because see, Greg and I, and we showed you 2 important test results at the beginning of this lesson on conversion. See, we don't just rank websites. The reason why we're able to be here making so much money is not just because we rank sites. It's because we make a lot of money with our websites, and our clients make a lot of money with our websites. So, Greg, if you can click on lesson 4, please, I'd really appreciate that. Thank you. This is on making your website look great and convert like absolute crazy. And this is a very, very important lesson for us, for you to be able to get down. And we cover everything from being able to actually have words and videos on your page that convert, that get your clients or get your visitors to take action. But we also go through the look and feel of your website in what I call the makeover area. And I show you, I don't know if you like the look of our websites, but I show you how to do what it is that we do absolutely 100% free, including how to even use, normally I program in Photoshop to do all the graphics, the cool graphics designs that you see on our sites and stuff like that. But I actually learned GIMP, which is a 100% free version of Photoshop, and I show you how to use GIMP to do this stuff 100% free. And I also programmed a number of templates. I created a number of templates. See, that site, the mysterymethod.net that we showed you, again, that's a 100% free template that massively boosted my conversion. I show you exactly how I did that site, and I created a number of templates for you for both local and for affiliate sites that you can use to make a site. Now, of course, mysterymethod.net looks really crazy, and I know that, but because it's in a crazy market. I have much more tame and docile and much more normal templates that you can use as well. And that's all done for you, that we put that together. And I'm showing you this because the devil's in the detail, and we understand that. We didn't want any of the dots to be disconnected for you. Do we show you how to do SEO? Exactly, step by step. Absolutely, we do. Over our shoulder, how we do it, how we rank week after week, month after month, year after year. But we also show you how to actually make money on those sites and how your clients can make money off those sites as well. So, it's very important to us that you join us. We want you to join us. We think it's a fantastic offer. We've actually included an additional bonus for anyone who joins on this event. And so, James, are you handling the bonus delivery, or am I? I think I am.
Yeah, I think you are.
Okay, so I've included several additional bonuses for people who join on this event. A sit-down interview that I did with Greg that's really about client getting and how to handle clients that Greg had when he was at around the $400,000 mark. That Greg and I sat down and did a really kick-butt interview, and we give you that. We give you several other lessons on on making money with your websites and the millionaire mindset. We really do want you to have the millionaire mindset. So the site to join us is jamespate.net/OMG. And that's where to come and join us. We want you to come and join us. It's fantastic. Again, it's a one-time fee. There's no recurring billings. There's no OTO. The one thing I will say is that there's a very, very small number of people who are going to feel angry and jealous towards us. I don't think that that's going to happen in this situation. James has really good energy. We've had really good energy throughout this event. But if there's somebody who's watching maybe the replay of this or whatever, who just feels angry and jealous at us, or angry and jealous at the existence of our NHB coaching or any of that kind of stuff, then this isn't for you. If that kind of person is watching this event, we do our own customer service. Actually, mine and Greg's business partner, David Mills, his wife, she just had a little baby. She does our customer service. She does a great job. We don't want her getting angry emails about how you're angry with us about something or other. We just get our inboxes just stuffed with happy people who are happy with us. That's the kind of customer we have. If that's you, if you're looking to be happy and successful with us, if you're looking for a Connect the Dots program that does have another level for you to go to, if you decide to join us down the road for our coaching, then please come and join us. We really think that you're going to kick butt with this. Obviously, James is very careful with what he recommends, and we're very honored to have him on this event. We want you to come on in and join us. And I have one more area where you can actually meet a few more of the people who have been successful with what we shared. Greg, can you pull up a OMG blog for a second?
And we also got someone asking if they can have 48 hours to buy, and I will be leaving the page open for a few days, so you guys will have a chance if you don't have the money right now or if you aren't completely sure. But
okay, great. Yeah. All right, so if you go to omgmachines.com/blog, and if you click on the post that says "Who else wants to be a one-man gang?" then there's a wonderful video. It was actually on the Biography channel, and they put up a show about me and Greg, and you can watch that video. It has a number of the people who've benefited from this shortcut, and you can just hear in their own words what they have to say. And at the bottom of this post, there's actually a number of comments. You can actually just see dozens and dozens of comments from OMG members who are just very, very happy with what we've shared with them, and that they think it's great. So you can kind of see this stuff here. And lots of Facebook comments. There's over 50 Facebook comments, over 100 other responses, and so you can check that out. What we're going to do now, you can go to jamespate.net/OMG, or you can go to our blog, which is omgmachines.com/blog, and you can click in on that "Who wants to be a one-man gang" post, and come and join us. Come join us. Come post on the blog. Let us know what you think. What we're going to do is we're going to take a brief 5-minute intermission. Greg and I like to stretch our legs and kind of walk around. I'm going to get another cup of coffee. And what we're going to do after our brief intermission is we're going to come back, answer a few more questions for you, and Greg is going to show you a killer local client getting technique that you are absolutely going to love. So we'll be back in just 5 minutes. And where you can join us if you don't know yet, it's jamespate.net/OMG.
And by the way, before we go on break, a common question I usually get is, do you guys update this? And we update pretty much every week because, my main business is SEO, and if I don't keep up with the SEO changes, then I lose my main source of income. So I always keep on top of the SEO changes and spread that to the OMG community. So we definitely update a lot because, like I said, I have to keep up with SEO because it's my main business. So we definitely update a ton.
Awesome. So that's that. I mean, we'll be back in 5 minutes. So what you're going to have is silence for about 5 minutes. Don't get freaked out. Okay. We will be back in about 5 minutes. Go ahead, James.
Could I say one more thing real quick?
Please do.
I decided I had a few people asking about mobile website design. And I actually have a webinar that I did where I talked a lot about a lot of free methods of doing mobile website design and how to make mobile videos optimized on websites. So I'm going to include that as a bonus as well for anyone who wants to get in on this. And I go over also some reputation management, which is another great service you can sell to people along with the OMG machines.
Yeah, that's a really great bonus. Well, James, thank you very much. I really appreciate that. Yeah, just send that over, and I'll fill that with your bonus. So we're going to have a brief 5 minutes of silence. You can join You can join us at jamespate.net/OMG, and we will be back in just about 5 minutes with a local client getting technique that is super, super killer. So you can go to jamespate.net/OMG and join us, and we'll be right back after about 5 minutes of silence. All right, and we are back. Let me know, by the way. I'm curious. Are you enjoying this event so far? Do you feel like you've gotten a lot out of it? Has it been kind of interesting to you? Just let me know in your question box. We still have almost everybody still here, which is great. Sakana says, "Let's party." That's awesome. That's awesome. Ken said, "Where's the elevator music?" Uh, Sankana
Sorry, no
says,
elevator music.
"Yeah, no elevator music." That's so funny. So Sankana says, "You keep saying loopholes and shortcut. Is this legit?" Yeah, it's absolutely legit. Absolutely legit. Um, Ross and Jen says, "Very good info so far. Really good." Rich says, "Great stuff," says Neil. Let's see. Very, very nice. Absolutely, says Bob. Very good. We appreciate that.
Yeah,
Greg,
thanks for the good feedback, guys.
definitely.
Appreciate it.
Greg, are you still there?
I am still here.
Awesome. Do you want to get into that client getting?
Yeah, definitely. Um, do you want me to cover backlink stuff before that, or do you want me to do client getting first?
Let's go. Yeah, let's go client getting first, and then we'll do backlink stuff after that.
All right, cool. All right, so let's go over to, we'll go back to the Delaware divorce lawyer one, since I have the data up for that one. All right, so again, here's my site right here at number one. We see advertisers up here, these two up here, and then all these people over here. And there's probably more on the second page as well. So a bunch of people are already bidding on this term. Remember, I showed you guys in the Google keyword tool, we already know what these people are paying about. You know, we know they're paying about $6 per click. And that's very valuable to us because we already have a site here and we can show them everything. So basically what I would do is I would show the client what I showed you guys. Now I'd go to the Google keyword tool. I would show them I know what they're paying per click. And then I would go in and show them my traffic. So remember we did about 1,200 visitors, and we know they're paying about $6 per click, right? So for the same traffic we're getting, they would pay about $7,000 a month for that, all right? And remember, they're already paying for this traffic, so we already know they want it. So, I mean, can you guys take a guess where I'm going to start approaching clients? Like, do you guys want to guess where I'm going to start? Let's see if we get any guesses here. It should be pretty obvious, but yeah, a few people said it. Paid ads, that's right. And the reason I'm going to start in the paid ads is because, like I said, these people are already bidding on this. Not only are they bidding on it, but they're paying $6 per click, right? So I can show them everything I just showed you. Now, I know you're paying $6 per click. How would you like that same traffic for less than half the price? I'll give it to you for 40% of the price. I'll give it to you for about $3,000 a month. And most of these people will jump at that opportunity because, like I said, they're already paying $6 a month. And this isn't just theory. This is something that I actually use. Very, very powerful for landing clients. Because when you can offer them the same traffic they're already paying for 40% of the price, it's like Mike has a good comparison about a gas. Can you want to explain that to them,
Yeah,
Mike?
sure. So we all know that your car runs on gas. So if you're driving down the street and you're low on gas, and you see, mobile gas on one side of the street, $5 a gallon, which unfortunately nowadays is not too uncommon. And then let's say Exxon across the street is running a sale, and they say, "Hey, come on over, $2 a gallon." Where are you going to go? Right? Obviously, you're going to go to the Exxon gas station and fill up for $2 a gallon. Well, in the same way, these businesses run on traffic, right? For a divorce lawyer can make $25,000 off a client like it ain't no thing, right? How much money do you think an average dentist makes? All right, average dentist makes per new customer they make. Let's get some guesses in. Do you think it's $100? Do you think it's $300? Do you think it's $800? Do you think it's $1,000? How much do you think it is? 50,000? How much do you think? All right, got 10K, 2K. A couple people actually guessed it right. $3,000, about $3,000 per month, or about $3,000 per person lifetime overall. And so, do you think it's valuable to them to get visitors in? Yeah, it's really, really valuable. Like this is the lifeblood of their business. And so if you come to them and you're like, hey, I can get you visitors, for a fraction of what you're paying for visitors, then it's a huge, huge value to them, especially if you can show them, like Greg is able to show, and well, actually all of our members are able to show because of these extraordinary case study example sites that our members are able to leverage. Any of our members can show any of our sites and say, hey, I'm in an elite training program, and this is an elite training program. I'm in an elite training program. These are some of the sites from the program. If you want a site like this, I can make you a site like this. And we have people that are able to collect retainers right off Jump Street. $1,000, even $10,000 retainer, doing just that. So let's see.
And by the way, divorce lawyers actually the average lifetime client's like $25,000. So, if you come to a divorce person and show them all that traffic, all those potential leads, and tell them you'll give it to them for $3,000 a month, that's huge to them. And again, remember, this is just an example site. Like I put 4 hours of work into this site, and it's just been sitting at the top of the search engines with no work involved the last few months. So, this can just be a recurring income when you find these clients, and it can add up really quickly, which you can just reinvest in your business and really scale up. Mike, you talked about lawyers.com. A lot of people like stop at local businesses, so they'll go to places like this and they'll ignore sites like lawyers.com, but that's a huge mistake because that's my biggest clients is sites like this. People like lawyers.com, like if we go type in Miami lawyers or any type of lawyer, any city or anything, will probably find lawyers.com. I bet you they're bidding on this too. I don't see them there, but I can guarantee you they're bidding on that. Let's try like California or something like that.
They were actually number one in the organics there, by the way.
Here they are right here, and again, they're bidding on California lure. So it can all start with one keyword, and they can say, hey, I want this keyword ranked for all the states. I want this keyword ranked for the top 200 cities. Okay, we took care of this keyword. I want you to rank for injury lures for all 50 states now. I want you to do that for all 200 top cities now. And that's where I've started, where with a couple of my biggest clients, where it starts with one keyword like this, and I'll go after these big companies and offer them cheaper traffic and just make a killing because they want traffic however they can get it, and especially if they can get it for less. So don't count out these big sites. Just because you're a small SEO person doesn't mean they don't want that traffic. If you can rank and you can get them that traffic for cheaper, they're going to be willing to do deals with you, especially if you prove yourself.
Yeah, and the weird thing is, you can. I'm actually not afraid to start with page one, number one in the organics. You can go to the paid traffic people. You can also go to the people who rank number one for the organic stuff, even number one, and say, you know what, you can get more keywords. And Ken saying you rank first and then approach clients. No,
That's one approach, yeah. You don't have to do that, but like when you have sites in place, even if it's like an affiliate site, you can just show them affiliate sites as an examples that you know what you're doing. So anytime you have a site and you rank it, it's an asset for you. No matter what, you can always use your sites as an asset.
well, and that's something special again for OMG members is that we exclusively allow our OMG members to leverage our sites and to use our sites as examples for potential customers, so they don't have to rank sites in advance. They can just go to that client and say, hey, you want a site like this? Here it is. I can make a site just like this for you, and that's no problem for us, and it's very, very, very powerful. Um, uh, Sakana wants to know, how do you get to the decision maker to make the deal? So many people are screening people out because they don't have results to show, and so you get kind of screened out more because you don't have results to show, much more than because you can't reach the decision maker. We found that you can almost always get to the decision maker. You ask for who handles your website. Like that's the way to get straight to the decision maker. And really, it's so much more a matter of like what's going on for you when you're approaching people. Like when you've got the kind of results that we've got, you really just get to the decision maker like a hot knife through butter. It's not a problem. It just most people have trouble approaching clients because they kind of already internally feel like it's not going to go well, like the client's not going to go for it. With our case, they are, because we've got insane results, and all of our customers have insane results because we have insane results. Now, Ken wants to know, how long is the typical ranking process on average? It can be anywhere. it can be anywhere from a few hours to a few days to a few weeks to a couple months. We don't rush it. There's not really a need to do a bunch of
Yeah.
rushing when it comes to
One of
this.
the biggest mistakes I would say in SEO is people don't have patience. Like they want to rush things because a lot of people who get into this, they want money right now. Like most people who get into this business, they want money and they want it now. And sometimes that's just you just have to kind of take your time, just give it a couple months. So that's probably one of the biggest mistakes I see is people just aren't willing to be patient and just take their time. So
And I want to reinforce something. It's not like we're saying you can take some money now or less money later. What we're saying is you can take a lot of money later or no money now. Okay, I really want to reinforce this. In online marketing, it's not a question of a little bit of money now or a lot of money later. Okay, that's not the value proposition in online marketing. Hear me again one more time. The question is not, can I have a little bit of money now or a lot of money later? The real decision is between no money now and a lot of money later. Okay, and later doesn't have to be that long. I mean, it can be very fast. I mean, we do have clients. One of our members, came on one of our internal live webinars and explained how it was that he made a $9,000 deal. Just doing what we're showing you, because you can get a client very, very quickly. But in terms of ranking the site itself, if it takes a couple months, it's just no big deal. And by the way, clients understand that. They do. Like, that's not a problem for them. They just want to rank ultimately. So, I just want you to be aware of that. Now, Greg, do you want to get into do you want to get into a little bit about link getting, and then we'll answer if you guys have any more questions. We'll answer questions, and then we're going to wrap things up because we've already gone around 15 minutes over what we scheduled out for this webinar.
yeah, definitely. And we're getting some interactions. So maybe I'll cover one more thing after this, siloing really quick. We'll see how much time we have left.
Okay.
So let's go down here, and I'll use BatonRougeArchitects.net as my example for how I start my linking process. Let me scroll down here. All right, so when I start my linking, for those of you who don't know, an anchor text is basically the text that is your link. All right, so when you see a link and it says click here, that link's anchor text is click here. All right, because that's what word is the link. So that's what anchor text is for those who don't know. So when I first start my link building, I break it up into 3 different groups because it's very important to break up your anchor text. Now, you used to be able to just build all your keywords around all your links around your main keyword, and you'd be able to rank, but you just cannot do that anymore. People are just, they don't understand that. So what I do is I break it up into 3 groups when I'm first starting, all right? And I do about a third for each group. My first group is normal keywords. So, my main keyword, Baton Rouge Architects, then, LSI versions, Baton Rouge Architecture, building Baton Rouge, synonyms, and just other types of keywords that are based around my main keyword. So that's the first third of my links. The next group is generic keywords, and that's stuff like click here, more information, learn more, this page, this site, all that type of stuff. And that's important because we want to look natural. When someone's naturally linking to you, a lot of the times they'll use this type of stuff. They'll say, I checked out this site the other day. I really liked the information there. If you want to learn more, click here, or check out this site, or visit this link. So people, when they're naturally linking, which is what Google wants, they'll use this type of stuff. So it's really important to mix that type of stuff in there. The next thing I do is URL links, and this is important too because Google wants branded anchor text, and this is branded anchor text. People use this, especially like people who know about SEO, but a lot of people who build URL links do it just one way, and usually they'll do it the way that they put in links. So, if you usually do links like this, they'll build all their links like that, but I consider, I want to look natural. I want to look like a natural site. If I'm getting a whole ton of links and all my links are like this, it just doesn't really look natural. You want to mix in all these different ways because, some people build links with anchor text like this. Some do it with the slash on the end. Some do it with the www added and then with the slash on the end. Some people add the HTTP. Some people do it with the slash on the end. Some people do all of it. And some people do all of it with the slash on the end. So when I'm building my backlinks, I consider this and I use all 8 of these, all right? Because when you're getting links from so many different people, if it was natural, people would be linking to you all these different ways because people are different. People type in stuff differently. So you got to consider that and just, break up your anchor text, especially initially. This is what I recommend. And then once you get a wide variety of anchor text, then you can start focusing more on the group 1 keywords, and you can actually start building stronger links around your main keywords. So anchor text is definitely very important. You definitely want to break it up, and this is a great way to do it.
Awesome. All right, great. Did you want to talk a little bit about siloing? It sounded like you did.
Yeah, we can do that really quick.
Neil says
So I
Greg is
showed
an
you
SEO
guys.
genius. I agree. Greg doesn't always agree, but
Yeah,
yeah.
it's not even I'm an SEO genius, guys. Just I have so many sites to test with. That's all it is. It's not. Trust me, I was like a average C student. I'm not very smart. I'm not technical at all. So this site's New Orleans interior design. Again, number 1 here. Let's go into this site. You'll see it looks a little different. This is called a silo architecture. We learned this from our friend Russell Wright, a very smart guy, and this kind of just helps. When you have a silo architecture, you basically have a very organized site, and so when you have it set up correctly, you can build 1/10 of the links you can with a normal site and beat out that site. So a site's the same site, not with silo, would need 10 times the link to rank as good as a silo site. And basically how this works is you want to group it into silos, which are kind of categories. So my silos are blinds and shades, family room and living room, furniture design, kitchen design, window treatments. So if we click on one of these silos, what we notice is over on this right-hand toolbar, all of my links are about window treatments, okay? These are all my categories for window treatments, all different categories. Nothing about kitchen design, nothing about furniture design, nothing about any of this stuff, all based around window treatments, okay? Same thing with kitchen design. We have the main article in general kitchen design, and then over here to the right, we have our subcategories of kitchen design. I can actually show you one of my newer sites that I'm using for a silo architecture example, which you might understand better. It's called healthy-tips.com, and my 2 silos right now, I just started this site, haven't worked on it much, is supplements and workouts, okay? So if you click on supplements, I have my general supplement article here, and then all my supplement stuff here, which are like supplements, all right? Same thing with workouts. General workout area, all of my workouts. Nothing about supplements because this is the workout area. This is the workout silo. Another thing people do is they'll do like drop-down menus. So when you hover over this, all of your workout stuff will be down below, but that bleeds out your page rank because you have more links on there. So when you set it up like this, you're not bleeding your page rank as much, and those links you're getting in will do a whole lot more for you. And it's structured. Everything is organized into one category. And this is something that we teach. I believe we're going to be taking this content out, but those of you who join through this webinar will be getting this content.
Yeah, actually, there's something I want everyone to know. There is some, this isn't made up or phony scarcity. That we've added a lot of content recently. We're also going to be pulling a lot of content out, including the silo stuff, and that's going to happen anytime now, any day now. And we're also going to be going through quite a major price increase any day now. So certainly a good reason. It's one of the reasons why James wanted to do this event right away, was to get you guys the very, very best deal, where you're getting all the new stuff, all the old stuff, and at the very, very best price. We also have, like we said, internal webinars where we don't bring people on to sell things to you or whatever. It's just me and Greg doing site breakdowns, doing makeovers on your sites, on our customer sites, maybe even yours, or you can be a fly on the wall if you prefer, and answering your questions, because we really want to see you be supported. Our next webinar is on Tuesday.
By the way, Mike, I just want to show people how powerful, what was it, 10-minute trainer, how powerful silo architecture can be. I built this site a couple months ago, and this keyword 10-minute, I think it's actually 10. It gets like 33,000 exact searches a month or something like that. I think like 100,000 broad a month. I think I've built just a few links to this, and I think it's on like page 3 already. again, no time. Here it is right here at number 22.
Yeah, this is a
This term
massive.
gets
Yeah,
33,000 searches a month, and it just has a few links, and it's from the silo architecture, which is just so powerful.
yeah, absolutely. And this is again, we're just I don't know. I mean, yeah, hopefully you realize at this point you're getting the secret sauce. So, anyways, we really hope that you enjoyed what what you got here. We want to, we want to see you succeed. We do this. Greg and I, as you see, we can be in any market that we want to. And the reason why we did OMG machines is that we really like getting testimonials. We really like our customers coming in and crushing it and enjoying themselves and having success. We want you to have success. So that's why we created this. There's an insane amount of opportunity out there, an insane amount of opportunity in the local marketing marketplace, an insane amount of opportunity in the affiliate marketing marketplace, and it really, is just powerful stuff. So we want you to come in and join us. You can go to jamespate.com slash
jamespate.net.
oh sorry jamespate.net slash OMG. So that's jamespate.net slash OMG. By the way, Ken says great presentation, guys. We really appreciate that. James, did you have any more questions for us or anything like that before we wrap up? We're right around the 2-hour mark here.
I think that's it. Do you guys have any questions for them?
If you guys have questions, let us know.
Oh, it looks like Rich is asking about for you to explain a little bit more about the drop-down menus with why that bleeds off PageRank.
Because, I mean, there's just more links on, the more links you have on a site. So, if you go like to, I can't think of an example, but, you'll see sites that have like hundreds of links on a page. The more links you have, the more that like bleeds the page rank, so to speak. So,
and also remember those links aren't contextual. It's very, very different than links embedded in content. So on Wikipedia, yeah, they have a lot of links, but the links are all contextual. They're all part of sentences and stuff like that actually make sense, as opposed to just having a list of links. A list of links is spamming, so it's obviously going to be much lower value. Links out of context lose value. Links in context actually add value. It's a very, very important thing to realize. Now, JB's a member of Bring the Fresh and OMG. It wants to know the difference. Well, first of all, OMG is really the bleeding edge of search engine optimization. There's a lot of stuff in OMG that's not anywhere, including Bring the Fresh. Now, however, they are built to be incredibly complementary. So if you're a member of Bring the Fresh, then there's extraordinary, all the more reason in the world for you to come and join OMJ. It's really going to be great stuff. So let's see. Bob wants to know, do the links go to separate article pages? That's right. That's right, Bob. Brent says this all sounds so logical. It is logical. Yeah, that's because we're not trying to trick the search engines. We're trying to join forces. Once we get inside, how realistic is outsourcing some parts of it? Or do you recommend not going hands off? You know what? This is the best outsourcing course you could possibly get. Even though we recommend that you learn how to do it yourself, a lot of our sites hardly have any outsourcing. We do a lot of it ourselves. Neil says, Mike and Greg have been absolutely incredible in all that has been shared here for free. Thanks for the invitation, James. Thank you to Greg and Mike for the content. What a wonderful testimonial. Thank you. We love
appreciate
it,
Neil.
That's great. I was wondering about the Squidoo pages. How do you make money from affiliate links to Amazon? Great question, Kate. Squidoo actually totally automates it, and you can make money both from Amazon and from eBay, and we show you exactly how to do it. It's really fun. I actually make a Squidoo lens every single day now. It's part of my daily workout. I find Squidoo Hit to be hysterical. It's like you write a 30-page article and you get like a valuable website. It's just the craziest thing. How many keywords do you focus on per page? Rich?
I start with like 5. I like to start with like a group of 5, and then I can work my way up.
Yeah, and these sites will wind up having dozens and dozens of keywords that you rank for. He really does work his way up. On the backlink groups, so there's anchor text throughout the site, not on one page. Do you understand that question, Greg?
Hold on the backlink groups, so those are...
Talking about siloing.
Oh. It's the way you set up like the menus and stuff. There's certain plugins you need to use, and I couldn't show you all. It would take about a half hour to show everything.
All right. So Nick says, how do you have different sidebars for different pages? That's the same thing,
Yeah,
Nick.
that has to
Yeah.
do with the plugins and the custom menus you got to do.
Yeah, just do custom menus like in WordPress.
Yeah.
Ken wants to know, do people actually make big money on ClickBank? Only if you think of thousands of dollars a day as big money, then, if you don't think of, I personally, just so you know, I have two businesses that both average over $1,000 a day in ClickBank. So that'll answer your question. Almost three. And the one that I showed you today ultimately will be $1,000 a day business. Like once you expand upon things, like once you get a site up and running, you just add more of what we're doing. That's one of it's hard to remember now because it's been almost 2 hours since we showed you those original affiliate sites. But one of the things that Greg taught you, and it's such a critical lesson, is that once we get life out of a keyword, we just pile on and pile on and pile on and do more and more and more and expand it and expand it. It's not that we're super geniuses. We just do more of what's working and less of what's not working. Kate
And
says
by the
thanks.
way, one thing I recommend is like when you're doing sites, like if you're going to do an affiliate site, I recommend starting with something you're interested in. For example, I did Insanity. That's how I started this site here. I went through Insanity. I lost 10 pounds and I wasn't even dieting. It's a great workout, so that's what got me started on this site. Anytime you start with like a site, especially if you're a beginner, you start with something that you're passionate about, you're interested in. I think it really increases your chance of success.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, Red wants to know, what if my client has his own site? Okay, two things about that. If your client already has a site, number one, you can absolutely use what we're doing to improve their site. But the other thing is sell them more sites. Sell them more sites because they should be ranked number one for more than one keyword. Like, let me ask you this. If you're a dentist in Baltimore, do you want to be ranked number one, or do you want to be ranked number one, number three, number five, number seven, number nine, and number 10 for every keyword? Like, which one? Do you want, you know, 1,000 visitors, or do you want 5,000 visitors? Like that's really the question. I mean, that's why we get into SEO domination. It's really, really
Yeah, I mean,
important.
there's no reason why they should stick to one site. I mean, it's more virtual real estate for them.
Yep. We have one guy who owns his own music company, and he was doing like 4,000 a month, and then he started implementing this, and he just started adding on more keywords, and his traffic's just jumping up so much. So it definitely works. It might even work better if you have an existing bit, or not better, but it might be even easier if you have an existing business or an existing client.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's see. See, mobile SEO separate from main site SEO?
No, not I mean not necessarily.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes, we do talk about what service I use to outsource articles.
Yeah, and we do cover hosting. Man, we cover everything. It's end to end. It's very,
Yeah,
very
if there's
complete.
any like major topic we don't cover, we'll shoot a video on it. Like just like people have made requests, and I've done plenty of videos on requests. So
Yeah, we do that stuff all the time. People wanted to know how I do graphic design, so I just showed it. It's just, I don't know. It's easier for us. Like, we don't like to see our clients not succeeding. It's just not fun for us. It's fun for us when we see our clients crushing it. So we want
Yeah,
you to
and you
crush it
don't
as well.
have to be like a programmer and super tech savvy. I mean,
oh my
anyone
God,
can make these
I
sites.
am the least technical person in the world. Trust me.
Yeah, Greg Harley even knows HTML. So this is the only OMG. Tom's asking if there's a different OMG. This is, yeah, OMG machines. This is the only one, and you should definitely get it through James's link, because that's how you're going to get his mobile domination bonus, his mobile sites bonus, and his reputation management bonus, along with several other bonuses. It's actually a pretty rad bonus
And
structure
then
at this
and
time.
then also that content that we won't be providing to people in the future. So
Oh yeah, for sure. I use subdomains for local business. Does a subdomain rank the same as a main domain? Yeah, Bob. A ton of the stuff we were showing you was off subdomains. That's how we're getting so many keywords. Absolutely. Do we go over social media, Facebook, etc.? We do, Ray. What Neil? What if we're non-creative and lame at web design? We show you that. We cover that, Neil. Done for you. Let's see, noticing local businesses ranking on mobile search terms for generic, non-geographical terms. So can local businesses cash in on big search terms? Absolutely can. So yeah, so that's that. We're at the 2 hour
yeah,
mark. This is a great crowd.
Ken asked about, like the bigger keywords. I have one local client where I have him ranking now for a single keyword that gets like 3 million searches a month. So
3 million a
definitely
month.
be done. Yep.
Holy cow! I bet I know what keyword that term that is. I'm gonna have to ask you about it after the end, but I can dollars to donuts. I know what it is. Okay, everyone, I want to thank you so much. This has been an extraordinary. Do we use WordPress? Yes, we use WordPress only. Ray. Red says LMAO. He said, "Holy cow!" Yep, we do say "Holy cow." We are not afraid of saying "Holy cow." We are equal opportunity kind of talkers here. We're normal. Brent says, "Thank you." Wow, thank you guys. Really good. Yeah, guys. We really appreciate your thank yous, and we definitely think that you should come and join us. So go to
Yeah.
jamespate.net/OMG and jump on in, and it's you should definitely listen to us. It's definitely the way to go. It really boils down to whether you want a couple guys who make $100,000 a month to show you how they do it, so you can start building a real income for yourself.
Oh,
And
but
Ken Ass doesn't include pizza.
No.
No.
One last thing is we have a webinar on the 11th, and in our webinars we do like review our customer sites if you want to, so you can request to have us review your site. Tell you what you're doing wrong, what you're doing right. So we definitely hold those like every couple weeks usually, and if you're interested in that, we can review your sites, and we do those webinars.
Yeah, those are extraordinarily valuable. And I think out of all the people that joined us on the event, we're 2 hours into it, and I think like maybe like less than 10 people have left. It's pretty awesome.
Yeah,
So
we still have most of the people on here, so
yeah,
thanks for
definitely.
sticking
So
around, guys.
yeah, thank you very much. Neil says hot seats. I love it. So yeah, no, we do hot seats. We do it ongoing. We're really committed to our clients. If you guys saw how many testimonials we have hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of testimonials. We've helped so many people, and we can help you. So that's what's going on here. Red wants to know where the after party is.
It's at the
Red,
bank.
yeah, the after party
At the bank.
I love that. That's great. All right, guys. Well, thank you very much for the event, James. Thank you so much for this.
Yeah, thanks.
Greg,
Thanks for coming on, guys.
can you put up the
Yeah,
site
thank
one
you,
more
James.
time? The site is jamespate.net/OMG. Jump in and join us, and we will see you on the inside. Oh man, this is a lot of thank yous coming in.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
Yeah, this has been awesome. I take a quick screen capture.
Yeah,
of
you
all those
guys
thank
you guys gave a lot of great content today. I really appreciate it.
This is a
lot of
funny
useful-
comment. I like this comment here. Ray said, "Best non-selling selling ever."
That's great. I'll take a quick screen capture of all these thank yous for you, James. I'll send it over to you. You can send it out with the replay. All right, guys. Well, thank you very much. It's really, really been enjoyable. We want to see y'all be real successful and come in and jump in with us. So thanks a lot. Thank you, James. Boy, I tell you what here. I'm going to make a prediction. Just so y'all know, I'll put the word out here. You're going to see James's name in lights. He's a huge up and comer. I know an up and comer when I see one, and obviously he's already got a great start. But you're wise to be on his list. All right, so James, thank you very much. That's my testimonial from me to you, by the way. It's public. You've got that on.
Thanks, I appreciate it.
You're welcome. All right, and Greg, an honor every single time. Thank you so much, my friend.
You as well. As always, thank you, James. Appreciate it.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Yeah,
brother.
thanks, guys.
All right, guys, take care.
All right,
Have a
take
good night,
care.
all.